Hello everyone, this is Ms. Long teaching English at Jeffco's Virtual Academy. And in this video I'd like to just show you how you access the course, how you look at grades, and how you interpret those grades. So when you log on, either as a student or as a parent using the credentials from Parent Portal, you will be directed to the courses at the top of your page. And then from those courses, you can choose the courses that you'd like to look at, your students' courses. This is actually what my English 10A looks like to a test student. You'll typically land on the updates page where there are announcements, and in this case, contact information. And you're certainly welcome to thumb through each of these. Calendar information is over here. Assignments that are due are on this side. But probably what most of you are going to be concerned with is the grades tab. So this is what it would look like as a student or as a parent if I click on the grades tab for this test student. So you will see a list of assignments that are in blue, and they're hyperlinked to the course so that you could right click on them and then get to that particular assignment. You'll see the grade, the number grade here, the maximum points possible, and the comments. And those are generally subdivided into categories: assignments, discussions, quizzes, big writing assignments, with the total course grade in green at the bottom. And that is the grade that determines whether the student receives credit for the course or needs to retake it again. To get that magic number of passing, you need to be at 60%. Sometimes you can look at the different categories and find uses for that, whether it's quizzes need to be improved or assignments need to be improved, so forth. But the one that matters is the one at the bottom. So when you're looking at your grades, in some cases you will see these little green bubbles. And what that means is the student took the pre-test, and the pre-test, which is down here in quizzes, which is worth 0 points, by the way, because it's not going to help her to grade. In the pretest, the student was able to demonstrate that the student had a sufficient knowledge of the skills that were in that unit. So the student does not need to do these assignments. The green bubbles do help the grade minimally, but for the most part what they do is they cut down the number of assignments the student needs to do. And usually, if a student really understood the skills of a particular section, I ask the student to complete the final project for that unit. And so most of those are going to be under writing. Those are the final writing papers that need to be submitted so that I really have a clear conscience in saying that this student has skills expected by Jefferson County at the sophomore level. So there'd be comments here saying, please complete this final project, but there would be exemptions up here. If you want to look at the scores your student is receiving, you would look at the grade divided by the number of points. So on this assignment here, 45 out of 50 would be a 90%. And so the student has done pretty well. I might make a comment, for example, if the student sent the assignment by email, and that would cue me into where to look, or cue you into where to look for that paper. If the student has submitted an assignment, you will see an icon here. It says this student has made a submission. If it's a quiz, you would see this little puzzle piece. And if it's a discussion, you would see a little text bubble here that looks like a conversation. So you're going to look for an icon between these two columns, and that tells you that the student has submitted something. Cautionary note, I have received in the past empty assignments, so it may look like the student has actually done a lot, but the assignments are actually empty. So you really have to go into the assignment, which I'll show you in just a moment, in order to really know what the work looks like. Again, the grades would be here, and if there is not a grade next to an icon, that means I haven't graded it yet. But if there is a score by it, then that is the score the student received on this, and there would be feedback here that you could go through. So let's just say that we want to look at the work for a particular assignment. So I would want to click on the link to the assignment here, and it's going to pop up a window that shows you something like this. When a student has not submitted it, there's a little gray box here that says submit. And when a student has submitted it, it indicates that I've submitted it one time and it was on time. And then if I needed to resubmit it, I would look at this little blue arrow here and I'd resubmit it. The grade on the assignment is this here indicated in the green number, pointed to with the red arrow. And if there's a comment here, then that would be this little bubble here. And so if I'm looking at this just here, I would look at that little bubble, and it would say what the comment was. Again, if I want to go see that comment in detail, I can click on the assignment. I can see the work that was originally submitted, in this case, 5 lessons from Dr. Seuss. My conversation with the student might be here, and the context for that assignment is usually very helpful here. So with this context, you can get a better understanding of why the student got the particular grade. Again, that would be reflected by the place where the student submitted it or back in the grades here. So that is more or less it. Actually, one more small thing. If you see an asterisk, it means the student does not need to complete the assignment either, but for whatever reason, usually it's a quiz, the system wouldn't let me mark that with a green bubble. But the bottom line is you need to be concerned with this number here, the course grade, and you need to be concerned with zeros, because zeros are the assignments that the student is expected to complete in order to get this grade to a 60. So if you have any other questions, please give me a call or send me a text or an email, and I'll help you walk through it. But hopefully this is helpful to you in interpreting your students' work. Have a great day.